I'm back. How's it going, boys and girls? Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different on the channel than what we usually do. Now, your boy has been doing YouTube videos for over 3 years now. I believe we're somewhere around like the 500 mark. This might make the 500th video. I don't really remember. But the fact of the matter is, you haven't seen me for a bit, and that's because I haven't posted an actual video in about 2 weeks, and I actually haven't filmed a video in about a month now. And there was a point here pretty recently back then where I didn't think I was ever going to make another video. I thought I was just going to call it quits. Boys and girls, that has absolutely everything to do with the raging giant dump that life has decided to put on old Dakotah. Just really, and then again, and again, and again. Life has been very difficult for me these past couple of weeks, I would say. And I'm going to make a little story time about it. It can just go to show you that no matter how ruthless, unforgiving, cold, and heartless the world can be to you, it does not mean you should give up, and you just have to keep on trucking. Unfortunately. I'm just playing. Let's talk a little bit about where I've been the past couple of weeks. Okay, boys and girls, let's go ahead and let's dive on right into this. Now, the first thing that's really kind of started this whole bad thing, and I guess it's a thing that I should mention. That's the fact that you probably won't be seeing Renee anymore in the YouTube videos because me and her are no longer together. We are separated. It was a a fine breakup. I don't know what the word is, I'm sorry. It's fine. It's whatever. I don't really want to dive into it, you know, because you know, it is what it is, right? No tea, no drama. People are going to ask eventually, and I'm going to have to, you know, I don't want to say it a billion times, so I figured I'd put it in a video so you guys are up to date on my personal life, I guess. Obviously, that puts some stuff forward and like stuff you got to figure out, right? So I got to get my car up and running. I got to obviously we're gonna have to be taking over the bills and not over double the bills, basically, right? Like I take on both the sides of the bills because she's gonna be moving out, of course. So obviously getting the car up and running, man, that was a first big hurdle for me. $1,100 just to get it back on the road, which that sucked. That was a lot of money. I was expecting probably half that. I didn't think it was going to be that expensive, but it was. It was very expensive to do all the stuff that needed to get done on it. So that took a huge chunk out of the money that I don't really have at this point in time. However, you got to do what you got to do. So I paid the money. It's no big thing. I mean, it just sucks, right? So fast forward to about last week. And the big freeze happened. I don't know if you non-New Englanders, I'm pretty sure this freeze like hit everybody, but it was cold, about -18 degrees over here. It was very, very chilly. Obviously, my entire house froze because I don't know if you guys remember last season on What's Wrong with Dakotah's Life, but my furnace is broken. I never got it fixed. I didn't do that. I bought geckos instead and redid my building instead of buying a heating furnace. Priorities, am I right? It was fine except for this one situation here. So we use space heaters in the house, and that doesn't work when it's -18. So for about, I believe 2 days, I had to abandon the house. Like I just took all my animals, I brought them over here, and I lived in here for 2 days. I slept on the floor right underneath because there's a rug. So I just put some blankets down and I slept right here. I had the birds like right over there, and then I kept the dogs downstairs. We have some oversized or electric heaters, actual heaters, not like space heaters, downstairs. So we kept everyone warm for the last couple of days, and we camped out in here, which was very not fun, sleeping on a wooden floor for 2 days. Also important to mention, before I actually took the vehicle to the shop, I tried fixing it myself, so it was a lot of like racking the vehicle up with the thing. I'm sorry. The fuck is it called? The thing. I did the thing. I don't remember what it's called. I'm sorry. I was like changing tires, trying to get like the wheels right. Obviously, I got sciatica. I don't know if you guys know or remember about that. So that like was acting up really bad. And then of course now I'm sleeping on like a wooden floor. So my back for like the past week is like I get out of bed and it's just immense pain in my lower back, and it just makes doing anything very difficult. No running water. I've gotten like estimates, but people, I mean, like plumbers want like $300 just to show up, and I ain't got $300 because I gotta fix my car, tow the car back to the shop. And about $500 later, the car is maybe fixed? I don't know, because when I brought it to the shop, that same night, my tooth started hurting really bad, and it turns out I had a massive tooth infection in my back molar, which was exposing a nerve, causing immense physical pain to the point where it brought me to my knees. It was so painful. This happened at 8 o'clock at night, so no dentists or anything are open. I went to try to go to the emergency room. They can give me like, I know I've had this happen before. This tooth right here is fake because of the same thing, a tooth infection that I had to get ripped out, and I got an implant. The Torpal shot, they shoot this thing into your butt, and it's like, it's real kosher, and I feel like it would help my back too. The emergency room had like a 7-hour wait. No shit, that's what the guy is like, I know you're in pain, but it's gonna be, we have guys sitting out there for 6 hours, so you might be waiting out there for a minute. And I'm like, fuck this. So I went home, and I just had to deal with it. For 12 hours straight, I had to deal with that. It was, on top of everything, there was that too. So I finally get to a dentist the next morning. They take a look at it, and they're like, oh yeah, dude, like, this is what's going on. So we can either like do a root canal for $2,000, or we can rip the tooth out for like $400. And I'm like, I don't have any money anymore, because after the car and everything, I'm like, I don't have cash on me, dude. This is all happening within like, this is a 5-day period of shit hitting the fan. Like, each day, a new shitty piece enters the puzzle of like my life right now. So I didn't have any money. So I'm like, well, let's try to like, they're like, oh yeah, we can do financing, no problem, right? So I get over there, I try the financing, and they're like, oh yeah, no, you ain't getting financed. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Eventually we were able to make out a deal. I had to like bargain to get my tooth ripped out of my skull. That's where I'm at in life. I was like, they had to like, I don't know, they twisted some stuff, I ended up paying for it, and then I got in that day like an hour later. And they took my tooth out. I don't know if you guys ever gotten a tooth out. That sucks, man. Like, oh, dude, because like you're awake when they do it. Like, yeah, they give you whatever, the shots, I can't remember what they're called right now. But you still like, you feel like, I got the dude like trying to pull it out and like cracking, you can hear the tooth crack open, and he's pulling it out, and that shit doesn't last forever, right? So like halfway through, I can start feeling the nerve that he's pulling out of my skull. I mean, just not a good time. Just an hour and a half of twisting and pulling and crunching. And you just have to sit there and take it, man. That was horrendous. But eventually, and then it's like over, and then he's like, all right, I got it, we got it out. Get the fuck out of here. So I leave. Yeah, man, now I'm like home, and I don't have a tooth anymore. It's a very strange thing within like, your tooth hurts like at 8 p.m. and then at like 2 p.m. you don't have a tooth, and you kind of just have to like make that decision. I always think it's weird. I know like it's like a pretty common thing to get a tooth pulled, but I don't know. I think it's really odd. Like, I'll never have the tooth there again. I can get an implant, like I can get a fake tooth drilled in there, but I'll never have that tooth, and that's such a weird thing to me. It's strange in my eyes. But yeah, we're on day 2, I believe, of not having a tooth. So I was out for a couple of days because of that. Well, really just a day. The second day it just kind of hurts, and now today it kind of hurts, but I can move around and do stuff. I'm not like out, you know. Oh no, man, it's just one of those times in life where it feels like life is just picking on you to no end, kicking you while you're down, and it's tough to feel like you want to exist in a world that each day a new problem arises where you haven't even fixed the one the day before. And it just kind of like, it just stacks up on you, man. You don't know what to do. And for a minute there, old Dakotah was close to an edge, but don't you worry, boys and girls, now I'm still here. I'm still here. Dang. Ain't nothing gonna bring me down all the way. Nothing's gonna take me out of this. You can keep throwing shit at old Dakotah, but I ain't never gonna quit, man. I've been doing this for too long now that I'm not just gonna roll over and give up. I did already do that for about a couple of weeks, but I'm not gonna do it permanently. I don't want to just lay... I mean, it literally got to a point where I was so tired just lazing around in bed doing nothing, but I did not have the energy to get out of bed. And it's like, fuck, man, like, when you own a full-time business and when you do this full-time, like, each day you don't do something is a massive failure, man. And I lost out on so much stuff by just feeling sorry for myself, and it was bad. My mindset's totally flipped now. I know there's a lot of people on here, you know, that they get inspiration from old Dakotah, and I don't want this to be the end of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a bad week. Time to flip it over and keep moving and keep going strong. So we're still pumping out. It should go back to normal. I mean, I would say. I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe things just, like, progressively get worse until, like, who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow. But for now, what I can tell you is things are getting back on track. My mouth is feeling to the point where I can talk and I don't have this giant swollen cheek on the side of my face. So things should be going back to normal. All the animals are okay here. Everything is kosher. It's just the video part that I was slacking on. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys are the inspiration behind me not wanting to give up. You're a big part of that because I know that I'm inspiring people and I want people to continue on this path and live their dreams. And if I can't push through the hard times, then why would I tell people to push through the hard times? You know what I'm saying? So getting back on my horse. Man, it is windy today, and gonna get doing this stuff. That's the bottom line. Thank you guys so much for checking out another Dakotah's Ramble, where I just incoherently talk about life problems to a camera, and then that's kind of the end of it. I never bring... Oh my god. It's actually... That was a jump scare. Always, boys and girls, if you want to help your boy out, Dakotah, of course, we got the merch down there, we got the Patreon, all of that good stuff, YouTube membership, anything like that. But hey, times are tough right now. I definitely feel it. I understand. You just leave a like on the video. Leave a nice comment. You know what? Leave a nice comment, and it'll make me feel a little better, and that's all I really need. Thank you guys so much. I will be back on... What time do I make videos? Monday, I think? I don't remember. I'll be back when I'm back, and we're doing 2 to 3 videos a week. Thank you so much. Until then, goodbye.